All right. We can just get right into it. That was a crazy match. You might have just shocked the jiu-jitsu community. How's that feel?
It feels great. My grips are a little shot, but it feels really great.
Did obviously you had some words at the press conference and everything, and then coming in here, was Gabi a match you wanted? Was that something you were wanting to test yourself against?
Yeah. So even when I did ADCC, I fought Anna first, and I was so disappointed that I didn't win because my next match would have been Gabi. And I always wanted that match with Gabi just because I wanted to see how I could do against her after watching so many high-level girls that I competed against go against her.
Gotcha. So an interesting thing about the match, Gabi just elected to pull guard at one point, which you don't see often, Gabi choosing to play bottom. And then once you got there, you obviously did a great job on top and everything, eventually getting to her back and sleeping in a deep rear naked choke way early in the match. You kind of want to talk us through that sequence, like how you got her back?
Yeah, so I had a feeling she was going to sit guard because I watched, I think it was her last match, and she sat guard. So I kind of just went over, grabbing that one leg and trying to start to put it over her head so she would expose her back. My whole game plan for everyone usually is to get to their back, but specifically for Gabi, I really wanted to get to her back.
Gotcha. And then at a certain point, got reversed, you were on bottom, and then you got a tripod sweep to get back on top. You kind of want to talk us through that?
Yeah, so that's one of my favorite sweeps. I try it on all the guys at the gym, but they all know it by now, so I can't get it. But when I get to do it in competition, it's usually a pretty high percentage sweep.
It was definitely action-packed. One thing too, the crowd was loving the match. They were cheering, there's lots of loud. We can hear it all the way back here. What does that feel like, to feel kind of the crowd get behind?
I actually thought that in the middle of the match. I'm like, man, it's so cool hearing the people and having a crowd that's just watching your match and just being so supportive of you.
So there was another time where you got back control again and another deep rear naked. Were you, obviously you wanted the submission, but how hard were you, I guess, trying to get that?
Yes.
How bad did you want it?
I really wanted it, because the rear naked choke is my kind of submission. It's my favorite submission. But I just knew once I was squeezing it and she had her hands in, I knew I wasn't applying any pressure. And I was like, damn, I'm not gonna get this. But every time I got it, I was at least trying to squeeze. But then also she's so big that I just felt like she was really good at just getting her hips off to the side. So I just felt like I was having trouble staying square on her back too.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, it was an incredible match. Is there anything else you want to say?
Maybe
has a question.
Yeah.
We were talking yesterday, of course. You kind of called this, I feel like, yesterday. What made you so confident going in against Gabi?
I've been just practicing on being super grateful for being in this moment kind of deal. I've been working on my mindset a lot. So shout out to Mike, who's been helping me. But just the whole mindset of competing, I've been really working hard on, and I feel like I'm just a new competitor because of my mindset.
I mean, you were talking about Mackenzie Dern beating Gabi Garcia. Very short list of girls who have beat Gabi Garcia. You dominated Gabi Garcia. Has it set in that you just kind of climbed a mountain that not a lot of people have climbed?
Yeah. So at the end of the match, if you saw me on her back, I felt like that was the peak for me. I'm like, man. Because I want to start going more towards MMA, and I was kind of using this as kind of my last big jiu-jitsu tournament. So just ending it like this is kind of a hell yeah kind of deal.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you everyone at home for watching and being so supportive of me. I really appreciate all of you guys.